One of my favorite comedic directors of all time is John Hughes, which has created classics like Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Breakfast Club, but I think his best movie is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which for a reason is different from every other movie he's made. While his other movies are centered around the struggles of teens, the movie is about a man trying to get home while being stuck with a man that doesn't have a home. But I think the best part of the movie is his ability to build to a joke. One of the best things to exemplify this is the wallet conflict. When Dell and Neil are staying in a very crappy motel after they get laid over in Wichita, the money from both of their wallets gets stolen. When Neil sees this, he thinks that Dell stole the money from it, which creates conflict between both characters. But this conflict helps build to the misfortune of Neil and his complete freakout throughout the whole movie. When the conflict not only happens once, but it comes back again when Dell is using Neil's credit card to rent a car, which is later on destroyed with Neil's wallet inside. But I think the building up to these jokes allow for Dell and Neil to also be characterized and likable, especially Neil freaking out at the airport, which a lot of people seems out of place with all the cursing, which there's little to know in all the other scenes, but it makes sense here. It has been building up to this, and when we think Steve Martin is finally going to be able to drive home to see his family for Thanksgiving, he's unable to because Dell took his car that he was going to rent. Now, I think not every movie can do this right, especially the remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Due Date, which stars Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr., which are actually both good actors. But this movie kind of falls flat because there is no build-up to the comedy like in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. There are just inappropriate jokes and vulgar thrown everywhere, and placed that where it doesn't make sense, like the airplane scene.
Get a little uneasy because they know that terrorists use their cell phones to trigger bombs.
What Planes, Trains, and Automobiles has given us is something that is hard to replicate, especially in an opposite road trip type movie, even though it doesn't feel like it. Not only shows us how to make a good comedy, but also a very good story. So for that, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles will always be one of the best comedies ever created.
Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.